Ladies, I am here tonight on the show. How's everybody doing tonight, man? Oh, man, it was so fun tonight doing that live stream, man. That live stream hangout, man. It was so fun, man. Everybody was so excited to see me again, man. Even some fans, I believe, were crying in the chat. They were so happy. They were so happy to see their trifle chief back. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, enough of that bullshit. Let's have a good live stream here tonight on a Tuesday. All right, let's go to the NFL. The Saints signed veteran Chris Harris, the cornerback, to their team. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's go over here. Probably more news over here. 49ers offensive lineman Colton Glass, who was replaced in the injured All-Pro Trent Williams high ankle sprain, suffered an MCL sprain Monday night. They will silence him multiple weeks. He's going to be out a while. Jesus Christ, man. The 49ers are a mess at the left tackle. Freaking Trent Williams is still hurt. And now the backup Colton McKenzie is still hurt too. Jesus Christ, man. That offensive line could be in problems, man, with the 49ers, man. Pittsburgh Steelers are a 14-point underdog versus the Buffalo Bills. In Sunday's game, Pittsburgh is the only team since the 1970 AFL-NFL merger to never be at least a 14-point underdog. Pittsburgh largely underdog rule since the merger in plus 13 against Dallas in Super Bowl. Wow, they're the only team in NFL history who's never been a 14-point. That's an ass whooping pretty much. So they're going to get an ass whooping, man. That is crazy, man. The Bills are 14 points favorite. That is crazy, man. That's the first time ever the Pittsburgh Steelers are 14 points underdogs. Wow. And man, Shaquille Leonard, a.k.a. Darius Leonard from the Indianapolis Colts, who just got back, is hurt again. Now he has a concussion with a broken nose. Jesus Christ, man. He just can't stay healthy this year so far. Can Shaquille Darius, a.k.a. Leonard, Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Christ. Jonathan Taylor's dealing with an ankle injury, but they say he's going to be able to play. Let's see here. Let's see here more stuff. Jerry Jones said that it's most likely going to be Cooper Rush against this week versus the LA Rams, as Dak Prescott is still struggling, holding a football and throwing a football. So it's probably still going to be Cooper Rush this week. Some stuff about the referees here. Through the first month of the NFL season, there have been an average of 11 penalties, assists for 96 yards per game. Craig Buchan has the high crew with 63 penalties in 4 games for 565 yards. Bill Vanovich has the low crew with 22 penalties in 4 games for 150 yards. So I don't know, 11 penalties is the average, and about 96 yards are lost. I don't know if that's an average. I don't know if that's good or high. Who knows? Daniel Jones is dealing with the ankle sprain. Tyron Taylor is in concussion protocol. So the Giants might have to start Jake Fromm this week. Jesus Christ, the Giants. I think they play the Packers. Ooh, man, they're going to lose that game, man, for sure. Jesus Christ, man. They're going to freaking lose that game for sure, man. And this is more about Jerry Jones saying on 105, the fan, Dak Prescott grip is not well enough to play this week versus the Rams. It's another week of Cooper Rush, who remains. Yeah, so Cooper Rush will get to start again. Jesus Christ, man. This is kind of a funny move right here by the Steelers. They listed Kenny Pickett as a starter, but somebody put George Pickens instead, the wide receiver, pendejo face, for the fucking for the Steelers. But obviously Kenny Pickett won't make his first start this week versus the Buffalo Bills. We'll see how that shit goes. The Broncos officially played Javonte Williams on injured reserve. Same thing with Randy Gregory. Randy Gregory does have a chance to come back, but obviously Javonte Williams himself is with the ACL tear. Joe Barrow announced the launch of the Joe Barrow Foundation, a nonprofit foundation to help meet the needs to underprivileged and underserved families in Ohio, Louisiana, who are working to overcome food industry. Yeah, so Joe Barrow doing good for the community. By the way, guys, if you don't know, I believe Joe Barrow goes on Colin Cowherd's show every Tuesday, I believe, but it's not the Herd on Fox. It's a YouTube channel. It's called The Volume. Go check it out because Colin Cowherd is a lot more like laid back. He actually curses and shit. So like, I recommend you go watch that puppy on Tuesdays. I believe it comes out. Same thing as Aaron Rodgers and Pat McAfee do it. Colin Cowherd and Joe Barrow do the same thing on Tuesdays. But it's on YouTube. It's not on Fox on TV, so they can actually curse. It's on, the YouTube channel is called The Volume. So go check that puppy out because those are always fun, man. Tootie! Those are always fun, man. Listening to the quarterback has to say weekly, right? So go check those out if you haven't. I feel like people know about Pat McAfee and Aaron Rodgers, but a lot of people don't know about The Volume, which is Colin Cowherd with Joe Barrow every Tuesday. Those are funny too, man. But anyways, that's all for the NFL, man. Let's move on to basketball, man. So news about the Phoenix Suns. So Robert Server, who's decided to sell the team, he has chosen an investment bank to manage the sale of the Phoenix Suns. Banking officials tell ESPN that they expect the team will fetch a record price. It will be the highest price ever paid for an NBA team, one investment bank official tells Adrian Wojnarowski. Yeah, this is going to be, I'm going to say, this might be for like somewhere between probably $2 to $5 billion, I'm going to say. I think the Clippers are for $2 billion, so they're going to at least sell for $2 billion. It might go all the way to $3-4 billion. What did the Broncos sell for? Was it $4 billion? So they might be $5 billion. Jesus Christ, man. We'll see how much the Phoenix Suns sell by, man. They believe that if they can get the right owner, they can become a huge free agent destination for players in the future. Being that it's in Arizona, it's really good weather, plus it's really close to Los Angeles and Las Vegas. So, you know, kind of like if you want to live that low-key life, but still be having good summer weather, and also still being close to the fun places like Los Angeles and Las Vegas, Phoenix might be the place to be for a lot of NBA players that hit the free agent market. So we'll see, man. But again, they have to get the right ownership. If you know, it has to be better than what they have right now, right? With Robert Server. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Victor Watanabe, who's going to be the number one pick. Headlines. A basketball matchup in Vegas. I don't even know. Is it? Somebody explained to me about this Victor Wasabi kid. Is he not in college? I don't get it. Like, where does this kid play? The G League? I should have asked. I know Mick. He's a very good basketball guy. I don't get where this Victor Wasabi kid plays. College basketball doesn't start until like November. But anyways, but he's projected to be like possibly the number one pick in the NBA in 2023. But yeah, I don't understand where the fuck that kid plays basketball. I thought he was gonna be like in college, but I don't know where the fuck he's playing. Anyways, or is that AAU? But isn't AAU over? That's only for like the summer, isn't it? Anyways, let's go to Major League Baseball. Aaron Judge hit home run 62, officially breaking the single-season record for most home runs, not only in the Yankees, but the entire American League. So now the records are Barry Bonds, 73, in the National League, and Aaron Judge, 62, in the American League. Congratulations to Aaron Judge, man. Congratulations, man. Everything's set, man. The Braves won the damn game today, man. So it's everything's set, man. Everything is freaking set, man. I don't know if there's the Mets had back-to-back 3-run homers today, but they fucking lost, man. Pendejo face. They got swept over the weekend, man. Um, let's see. Do we have a bracket here? Let's see here. All right, so I think this is the bracket. So it starts on Friday. It's gonna be Guardians versus Rays and Seattle versus Toronto. Those are the wild card games in the American League. In the National League, it's gonna be Philadelphia versus St. Louis and San Diego versus Mets. And then Yankees, Astros, Dodgers, and Braves get byes. So it's like the old football format. 12 teams and 4 out of the 12 get a first round bye. So that's basically what this is. It's kind of like the old NFL format, where now obviously it changed. Now it's 14 teams and only 2 get byes, and the other 12 have to play that first wild card game. Now I think it's the wild card is 2 out of 3. So whoever wins 2 out of 3 wins. I believe the divisional is 3 out of 5. And then the League Championship Series is 4 out of 7. And then the World Series is also 4 out of 7. So we'll see, man. This is going to go faster than basketball, right? Because unless you have to travel to the other city, they play every day. So unless you have to travel or there's like a rain delay or a rain weather problem, they're going to play every day. I'm pretty sure. And I think because it's only 3 games, 2 out of 3, they're going to play. I think Cleveland has the home field advantage versus Tampa. Toronto has the home field advantage versus Seattle. St. Louis has the home field advantage versus Philadelphia. And the Mets have the home field advantage versus San Diego. I'm more intrigued by the National League, especially Mets and Padres. I think out of all 4, that's probably the best one. We got a lot of young talent, man, in the American League, man, with the Guardians, the Mariners, and the Blue Jays. Man, let's see what happens, man. I'm excited, man. I'm excited for baseball playoffs starting this Friday, man. I cannot wait, man. Jesus Christ, man. It is officially set. These are your 12 teams that will be battling out in October to try to become the 2022 World Series champion. I cannot wait, man. I cannot wait. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's official. Maybe we can do I don't know. I suck at predictions. Anyways, let's go to wrestling. Let's see here. We'll look at some news and then we'll do Monday Night Raw recap. They're saying that even though Cody Rhodes got hurt, even if he would have stayed healthy, there were no plans for Cody Rhodes to be champion. Vince McMahon was 100% committed to making Roman Reigns both the Universal and the WWE champion. There were no plans for Cody Rhodes. But again, this was in the Vince McMahon era. Now we're in the Triple H era. So things could possibly change. And we'll see what happens. I think they're saying they're targeting January around the Royal Rumble for Cody Rhodes to be back. So we'll see what they do, man. They asked Drew McIntyre about the butch where he fucked up, where Scarlett threw the fireball, and he didn't really sell it. He didn't really act like he was hurt. He pretty much said, "Yeah, we screwed that shit up. If it would have been taped, and we could have edited it, we probably would have done it again. But because it's live TV, not much you can do about it." And remember, Drew McIntyre was not healthy. He was dealing with some food poisoning. So he was also not probably feeling the best for that. But yeah, I think he kind of did this. He tried to protect Scarlett. They didn't want to throw her under the bus for fucking it up. But yeah, man, I think they're making more of it than it should be. I don't think nobody's talking about this was like a few weeks ago at this point. Montez Ford did a backstage segment with the Bloodline, and they were trash talking each other. And was it Jimmy J? Somebody told him, if you continue to talk, I'm gonna give you a matching boot. And then the camera shows that he had a cast, so he has like a broken ankle or foot. And a lot of people are wondering, is he fucked up? Did he hurt himself? So So that's interesting to see, man. He had a fucking boot on his leg, a walking boot. So a lot of people wondering, what this means for Monte Ford and what does this mean for the Street Profits, man. But yeah, man, hopefully if he's hurt, speedy recovery for Montez Ford. Hopefully it's like an ankle sprain or a foot sprain and nothing broken. Let's hope. Let's see here, more stuff on a Tuesday. I think that's about it. All right, let me pull out my Raw. What was it? Raw? What was it? It was Raw. I think. All right, here, hold on, ladies and gentlemen. You guys know me. I'm a professional. All right. All right, so let's go Raw, man. So Raw starts off once again with the freaking the Judgment Day. Finn Balor, Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley, Dominic. They do a promo. Obviously, Dominic gets booed the loudest again. They talk about how Edge 11. I think yesterday was actually the 11th year anniversary of Edge having to retire because of neck problems. So they talked about it, and he pretty much said, "I'm going to retire." Finn Balor's like, "I'm going to retire him again on Saturday when I beat him in the I Quit match," and stuff about that. AJ later on in the show, Edge did a video package too. He said the same thing. He said, 11 years ago I had to retire, and it's been a hard road, but I decided to get surgery and come back. And he pretty much gave the Judgment Day credit. He's like, "I'll give you guys credit. You guys have made it all more complicated for me. You guys beat me up. It takes me a while to recover, but I always come back. And no way you're gonna beat my ass enough to make me say I quit." This is the stuff here that usually these matches, the babyface wins, but according to reports, Triple H is super high on Finn Balor. Like, this is his boy. Remember, for a while there, when Roman Reigns got in trouble a few years ago for using steroids, this was the guy they kind of rode, right? He was the first ever Universal Champion, and then he got hurt. He freaking broke his shoulder. But this guy, man, it was like about 5 years ago. They were super high on him. They were pretty much almost like trying to see if they could replace Roman Reigns with this kid. So now Triple H, especially, he's in charge. I think is he like a 2-time NXT champion? Yeah, this kid is like, Triple H loves him, man. But, whatever. Then they have a tag team match. Finn Balor and Damian Priest versus Mysterio and AJ Styles. Of course, freaking Dominic at one point distracts his father, getting on his knees again, hit me. And then Rhea Ripley, obviously Dominic doesn't want to hit him. As soon as he turns back to get back in the ring, Rhea Ripley hits Mysterio. That leads off to fucking Finn Balor doing coup de Ross from the top rope and beating AJ Styles. After the obviously the Judgment Day wins. After the match, Rey Mysterio, AJ Styles is pissed off at Rey Mysterio. He pushes him. Mysterio gets pissed off and just walks away. And then the Judgment Day just beat the shit out of AJ Styles. They're pretty much beating the shit out of him every week. And Finn Balor's trying to convince him, this is going to keep happening until you decide to join the Judgment Day. So is AJ Styles going to end up joining the Judgment Day? We'll see what happens, man. Maybe AJ's the one that helps out Finn Balor on Sunday. I don't know. Kind of tricky because you usually don't have the babyface say I quit. You have the heel lose this match. So we'll see how they do that match, man. Then we get a backstage segment with Bobby Lashley walking, and he runs into Mustafa Ali and pretty much says, "I want to be the next person to fight you for the United States Champion." He's like, "Hey kid, I've been seeing you hustling, seeing you grind. We'll see down the road." He's like, "Nope, I'm not asking for one. I'm demanding one." And Bobby Lashley gets pissed off. So he's like, "Okay, I'll give you your match tonight." So that led to the match between Bobby Lashley and Mustafa Ali. There was a really funny, this doesn't even mean anything, but really funny backstage segment before this match between Sami Zayn and Jimmy Uso. Sami Zayn saying a joke, Jimmy Uso laughing, and you can catch in the background Solo Sikoa laughing, but I'm not sure if he was supposed to laugh or not, but that was kind of funny. But anyways, enough of that bullshit. Obviously, then that's when it led down the road in that same segment where they showed up. They had a segment with the Street Profits, and that's when they showed that Montez Ford had a walking boot. But anyway, then it leads to the match with Bobby Lashley and Mustafa Ali. Great match. Again, I think Mustafa Ali has been complaining on Twitter about not, almost like saying that it's because of his racism, where he's from, that they don't push him or whatever. So this is probably Triple H giving him a chance. Bobby Lashley, he took an ass whooping there for a little bit, but at the end there, Bobby Lashley came back and won. I don't think Mustafa Ali has the personality, but they're giving him a chance. He tried to make the most of it. We'll see what happens in the road with Mustafa Ali. Bobby Lashley wins. Bobby Lashley retains. Let's see here. And then they have the face-off, which they can't touch each other. If they touch each other, they will cancel the match at Extreme Rules between Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle. They insult each other. Again, Riddle with the, I know you really need this match. You need the money because you got to pay the child support for your wife and kids. And then, obviously, Matt Riddle takes the jab. Hey, you've always been second fiddle to your boy Roman Reigns and your wife, man. They may have been in WrestleMania, but you haven't. So they're just taking shots at each other. Then it's, announced, Daniel Cormier. He wasn't on the show, but he was on the Titantron saying, I'm going to be the referee and I'm going to make sure there's for sure a winner this Saturday Extreme Rules between you two. And then pretty much, so this is what I've read about Daniel Cormier or heard, whatever, that he's actually wanted to be a wrestler his whole life. So they're saying that this could be the way of getting him into WWE to eventually have a match, whether it's with either Seth Rollins or Matt Riddle or maybe somebody else. But a lot of people believe, just like Logan Paul and Bad Bunny, he could also be signing with the WWE at least as a part-timer. And this could be the way to introduce him to the WWE fans. Because he acknowledged it in his video package. A lot of you don't know who the fuck I am, probably. I'm Daniel Cormier. I'm a UFC fighter. So they were introducing him to us. And perhaps he's also going to maybe sign like a part-time contract and occasionally wrestle. We'll see. A lot of people believe he's eventually going to have a match. Maybe as soon as next month at Crown Jewel. Maybe they're saying maybe Rollins will get pissed at him that he lost because of him, so he'll want to fight Daniel Cormier at Extreme Rule at Crown Jewel, or which I mean, right now it doesn't have anything to do with anything, but maybe Daniel Cormier versus Brock Lesnar at Crown Jewel. We'll see. They showed a video of the fight pit, so it's not really like a UFC cage; it's like a normal cage. But Sonic Boom was telling me, I think the rules are only, you can only win by submission or KO. So they're replacing the pinfall with a KO, I guess. So we'll see. We'll see how this shit goes. I think they've done them in NXT, but I don't think they've never done them on the main roster. So we'll see how that shit goes. Let's see here. Then we had a backstage segment with The Miz. He's talking to his wife Maurice. They're planning their birthday party for next week. And of course, fucking Dexter Lumis is fucking eavesdropping in the back. Like always hunting him. Again, no explanation. Same shit over again. Then we get a women's match. Candice LeRae versus Dakota Kai. They actually had Dakota Kai win. Obviously, interference by the Damage Control, but whatever. And then we get a freaking next match is Chad Gable versus Johnny Gargano. No, excuse me, Otis versus Johnny Gargano. Kind of a fun match. I was confused. I'm like, wait, who the fuck is that? I thought for a second there, I thought it was Austin Theory, and I'm like, oh no, it's Johnny Gargano. But anyways, Otis wins the match with some help by Austin Theory and Chad Gable. Then right after that, Braun Strowman comes out and he has his match. Braun Strowman, Chad Gable. Freaking Chad Gable somehow, some way. I think he's like 150 pounds. Strowman's got to be like 300 to 400 pounds. Fucking Chad Gable finds a way to suplex him, German suplex him. That was impressive by Chad Gable, man. Obviously, they're at the end. At one point, they show MVP and Almas watching the match. Perhaps seizing Almas versus Strowman, possibly for a crown jewel. We'll see. Obviously, at the end there, Braun Strowman wins the match. Hey, but that suplex was very impressive, man. Oh, something I forgot to say was that after the Bobby Lashley and Mustafa Ali match, Seth Rollins came in and attacked Bobby Lashley. He hit him with a curb stomp. So that's set up next week. It's going to be Bobby Lashley versus Seth Rollins for the United States Championship, man. I forgot to say that. I beg your pardon. So yeah, that was after the Mustafa Ali. So I'm thinking maybe he'll win the title next week, Seth Rollins. But we'll see. And then we have the freaking the contract signing for Bayley and Bianca Belair for the women's title match in a ladder match. They fucking had a QR code on the contract. That was hilarious, I thought. Very creative, man. At one point, they show the Titantron backstage, and Damage Control's beating the shit out of Asuka and Alexa. And then, obviously, Bianca Belair gets distracted. So then Bayley starts beating the shit out of Bianca Belair. But then Bianca Belair eventually beats the shit out of Bayley, runs to the back, and saves Asuka and Alexa Bliss. They really fucked up Asuka's leg. Sets up a match later on between Alexa Bliss and Io Sky. So that was the main event. Next, we had Solo Sikoa versus Angelo Dawkins. I didn't even pay attention. I'm assuming Montez Ford still had the walking boot with him. But anyways, at one point, man, there's obviously Jey Uso and fucking Sami Zayn arguing. At one point, they almost cost Solo Sikoa the match. But then at the end, man, Solo Sikoa ends up winning. And next week they advertise the entire Bloodline with Roman Reigns will be on Raw. So next week's going to be the Bloodline and DX and Bobby Lashley versus Seth Rollins for the United States Championship, man. They are loading up Raw for next week. Let's see here. And then this was the main event. Alexa Bliss versus Io Sky. Whatever. Io Sky wins the match. After the match, Bayley and Damage Control, they beat the shit out of Bianca Belair and Alexa. And then Asuka tries to come in, but she's all fucked up. She's limping. Right away, they take her out. And that was pretty much the end of the show, man. They set up a fucking... they set up a freaking a ladder, and Bayley grabs Bianca Belair's championship, and obviously Io and Dakota are holding the women's tag team champions. And that's pretty much what, they're all holding up all three championships. Bayley and Io and Dakota, which I wouldn't mind that, being the future, honestly. I've always said maybe Damage Control's like the woman's version of the Bloodline. I wouldn't mind it at all. But we'll see what the hell happens. Do they want to change both women's champions? Because remember, on the SmackDown side, it's going to be Ronda Rousey versus Liv Morgan. So we'll see, man. We'll see what they do. They didn't do any title changes at Castle Crown, so maybe they'll do a few on this show. Remember, they always seem to give us the bigger stars the championship for the big pay-per-views. So that's why I think Ronda Rousey might win versus Liv Morgan, because she's a bigger star headed into Crown Jewel. The last few months have been very weird, because there's been a lot of big shows. Going back to July SummerSlam, that was in a football stadium. And then you went, you had in September, you had Castle Crown, or Clash of the Castle, that was in a soccer stadium in Cardiff, Wales. Now you have this little pay-per-view here squeezed in, Extreme Rules, but it seems like they're going all out with this pay-per-view. But this is like the small pay-per-view, because after this, you have Crown Jewel, which is it's going to be again in another soccer stadium over there in Saudi Arabia, and then after that you got Survivor Series, where I would not be surprised if that's also I don't know if that's going to be in a basketball stadium, or they'll go all out and have it be in a soccer or a football stadium. But this show right here, Extreme Rules, is squished in, is sandwiched in between SummerSlam and Castle Crown or Castle Clash, and then on the back end you have Crown Jewel and Survivor Series. So this show, man, is I think Vince McMahon in the past would have Jobber City this show, right? Boring as fuck. But with Triple H, man, he went all out. Plus, it's gonna be in Philadelphia. That's the home of the Extreme Rules, Extreme, what was it called? Extreme Championship Wrestling back in the day. That was Paul Heyman's company. So yeah, man, these kick-ass pay-per-views lately, man. Kick-ass 5 back-to-back, potentially kick-ass pay-per-views. I don't know what the pay-per-view is going to be in December, but ooh, shit, man. There's been a lot of big-ass pay-per-views the last few months, man. Anyways, until next time, I'm all like a light. I thank you for watching.